there's no way that this should have turned into this. So as a lot of you may have already known, there was the Rampage Jackson incident that just happened this weekend. So apparently, Rampage Jackson got a beer can, a prop beer can, smashed over his head at a pro wrestling event. That turned into him basically almost really badly injuring a veteran pro wrestler. And when I say a veteran pro wrestler, I mean a veteran who is also a pro wrestler. This incident plays on a lot of what I talk about when I talk about MMA fighters and people needing to be able to regulate their emotions. And what I understand it to be, very multi-layered. And yes, Rampage Jackson is one of the problems. The huge reason of why his son crashed out like this. Even though he was nowhere to be found, he wasn't in the vicinity, and he wasn't telling his son to do this, he is one of the reasons why Raja crashed out like he did. Does that absolve Raja of his actions? Absolutely not. But it is a reason of why Raja crashed out the way that he did. Number one, the facts are, the wrestler smashed a prop beer can over top of Raja's head. As far as we know, the beer can was a prop. It didn't even look real. When he smashed it over his head, the joint looked empty. According to the wrestler and everybody around him, he thought that Raja was in on, the play. Apparently, according to them, wrestlers are always on the clock. They're always working. There are always eyes on them, especially in this social media age. Raja got visibly upset. He was about to take off his bag and confront the dude, but then, they told Raja that it wasn't a joke. It was like, oh, I thought you were working. I thought you were part of the thing, blah, blah, blah. The dude apologized to Raja. That's number two. The dude apologized to Raja. Raja shook his hand, said, I understand. You can hear clearly in the second video.
Yeah, we're not working out. Well, he's going to come out on your match. I know you keep thinking we're working. We're always working. I get it now. I apologize.
Said, I understand. And they even said, you can get your get back in the ring. Now, to my understanding, that doesn't mean like a real fight where Raja's being able to tee off on the guy, there's no ref to really stop it. It means, hey, you can pick me up, you can slam me, and we can have some fun about it because we're professionals. The dude thought that Raja had forgiven him, blah, blah, blah. Ring time comes. Raja jumps in the ring, picks the dude up, slams him, and then proceeds to really lay punches into the guy. Couple things wrong with this. Number one, they had already shook and they had already apologized. It was, to my understanding and a lot of people's understanding after watching the video, Raja knew exactly what was happening. He knew the guy didn't mean any harm by it. And from what I saw, the guy was a pretty good guy. He was a pretty good sport about it. He apologized profusely once he realized that Raja was not in on the act. Raja proceeds to not take accountability for his actions at all.
You should have hit me with a fucking beer can. I'm tired of everybody thinking I'm soft and weak and shit. Straight up. Tired of everybody fucking playing with me and stuff.
The problem with that is no one thought he was soft. No one thought anything. To me, this seems like someone who is emotionally dysregulated, number one, and who doesn't want to take accountability for their actions. Number three, it also seems like somebody who's doing a lot of this because he was streaming for, I think it was Kick or Twitch or something like that, and because of that, he felt the need to try to up the ante. This plays into a lot of problems both in mental health and in society. How does Rampage Jackson fall into this? Well, I'll tell you. Rampage Jackson, while not being a bad father, from what I've seen, a lot of his interactions with his son aren't the greatest, and I don't know them personally, so I can't speak to their interpersonal, but what I've seen of them interacting in public and on streams and such is that Rampage treats Raja more like he's his buddy. I don't know if that's their whole dynamic. One thing I've always said about parenting, and I'm not a parent, but one thing my dad really stressed to me when I was growing up is that he's not my fucking friend. He's not my fucking friend. Your parents are there to be a clear delineation and a way to bring you up in the world. Rampage, oftentimes, from what I've seen, treats his son as his buddy. He takes him on double dates.
Would you like two of my meatballs? Look back.
I love meat. It feeds me.
I can feed you. I hate you.
See, you over here flirting with my date. Maybe put a cover on her ass. You over here flirting with her.
Yeah.
I was hitting on her first before you even knew her. You swooped her on my birthday.
But you over here, we're going on a double.
Still right now, you 25 motherfucking years old, nigga.
So don't look at me like that. Like, you think you can take me, don't you?
Yeah, I can take.
Son, I don't give a fuck how old you get.
Like, not really allowing his son to grow into being a man. He kind of keeps him in the I'm your daddy, you my little kind of, you know, situation. And that can take a toll on a boy. When you don't allow a boy to grow into his manhood, when you constantly show him like, hey, you'll never be bigger than me. Hey, you'll never surpass me. I believe, mentally, Raja suffers from bipolar or some type of, maybe not bipolar. I don't want to be diagnosing people, but he definitely suffers from some type of childhood trauma associated with the fact that his dad effectively never grew up himself. Rampage has always been in my eyes, like a guy who has like always been like, you know, I'm the biggest, baddest dog, and you know, I need to do this. I mean, you can see it on the streams when he's talking to women. He never really grew out of the frat boy phase. Raja suffers because of that, in my opinion. He suffers because he's not able to grow into his own manhood. He's constantly living in his dad's shadow. And so he feels like maybe this was a way to separate myself. The problem was, it was the wrong people to separate yourself from. That pro wrestler apparently was a veteran who used wrestling as a way to manage his PTSD, number one. Number two, those people were not there to fight you. They apologized. What do I think is going to happen? I think if Rampage doesn't end up paying the veteran off and making this all go away, Raja will be facing, if not charges, he will definitely be facing some jail time. Because one of two things. It was definitely premeditated. That wasn't a crime of passion. Because when it first happened, when he got disrespected, he didn't engage the person, so he sat on it and allowed it to fester. When he got into the ring, he did what he did. The judge is clearly going to see that as a clear case of assault in the first degree and battery in the first degree, and it's going to be premeditated. And if the veteran suffers some type of CTE, oh my God, it's going to be worse for him. It's going to be so much worse. I don't know what they would tack on with that, but there's going to be some tacking on of charges. So do I believe Raja? Do I have prayers up for Raja? No. No, I do not. I think he deserved everything he got. He's getting. He got banned from UFC events, apparently. He's going to be facing some jail time, possibly. But I want Rampage to be held accountable too. As a father, you should have been helping your son step out of your shadow, helping your son develop his own self so that he doesn't feel like he needs to be some type of big, bad, you know, whatever, in order to live up to your expectations. You can't be your child's friends. Men, you cannot be your child's friends. You can be their confidant. You can be their safe haven. Hell, you can even be someone that they laugh and enjoy life with, but you cannot be their friend. There needs to be a clear delineation and separation, and you need to bring them up in the way they need to go. Okay? That is the job of a parent. That is the job of a man, to teach a young boy how he needs to navigate as a man throughout the world. And there was a clear lack, and it showed in Rampage's parenting. So if you have any thoughts, let me know what you think. Drop them in the comments below. As always, y'all stay easy.